98.3 FM, your number one radio. Reaching stars. The sound of Lagos.
Passion, heritage, and contemporary music. Dan and Bumi Bade Adeniji on Mainland 98.3 FM. Sponsored by
Caro. I believe I can also say Mesereo. To all our lovely, wonderful listeners. This is Creative Nigeria, another episode coming your way this morning that will just, just make you think about Nigeria and what Nigeria is all about. And Bumi Bade Adeniji, and you're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. Good morning, Frank.
Yeah, Bumi, good morning. Today, I don't know how we're going to describe today. It's a day that we needed to be exclusive.
It's going to be exclusive.
It's going to be exclusive. It's going to be exclusive. So I'll leave you to do the introduction, so don't let me just go and whet anybody's appetite, because I don't have. So
I will do what I can within my own jurisdiction as well, because, I'm a woman under authority. A really, really, really tough battle. Even though we specialize in Inland Waterways Authority, engineer in Ikakodo, the terminal at Ikorodu. This Julie Moss will be returning this on here this morning. Chima Ikechi sends his wishes, and however, if time permits, Moss. The president this morning, that big show, Inka Folami, he is on the hot seat this mess. Who the jury that we well, let me start out. Top flight with Chin. If you're a regular follower of this, you over in the house as well before. Dr. Wale Oyebade will be joining us. Newspapers. Also, we'll be hearing from Segun Koiki, Dixon Omobola as well. Unfortunately, he can't be with us this morning. But on our intro, I'd like to hear from our guests, one after of the leadership newspapers.
Good morning, Nigerians.
Yes, Nanta president. I do not envy you right now. Sitting.
Yeah, thank you.
We're so happy to have you in the studio.
Yeah.
The house.
Sure.
Please don't make the seats too hot. He's my big brother. I beg you. Is Mr. President himself. He is the
Mainland FM. Good morning, listeners. That's it.
Bring it on. Because he is a talk and do take any sides. I'm going to be
Well, it's fine though, yeah?
Okay, all right. Not nice, because she's camp. That's the youth.
Well, it's so nice to be back.
We are so happy to have you. But I must say, it's going to be an exceptional, as we usually do, and you want to stay tuned from start to finish. Area. Welcome.
This November, all roads lead to NECA House Ikeja, Lagos for the Tour Operators International Conference and Expo 2025. Join Top November 2025. Venue, NECA House Ikeja, Lagos. Don't miss Engage. Take your business international. Tour Operators
And this is Ibubi. I would risk of thunderstorm today, and the likelihood of precipitation is 30 degrees Celsius and dropping to a minimum of a warm blast, a total of 11 hours 56 degrees Celsius, while the lowest temperature evening daylight will last a total of 11 hours 51 minutes. This is the weather report by the Weather Channel, the Weather Atlas, brought to you by
10 times we've had surprise rainfall. Umbrella handy. If you are a raincoat person, have a raincoat behind yourself so that you don't get flooded in. Is our green biosphere space to you, Bosede.
Mainland FM. I am Bosede Kushimani, your anchor. Today, we'll be looking at an interesting topic. Guess what? Children, how come? Owls are thought about it. A single barn owl can consume up to 11 habits. An exceptional eyesight enable them to thrive in very ecological balance. In Africa, spotted owlets, because of its size, also have economic and ecological tourism, attracting into bulbs. Also, owl pellets fermenting indigestible parts such as the bones, feathers, and name it, in the form of pellets. These pellets now to our farmers. How can we encourage owls on our lands? Farmers can attract owls by installing owl boxes, which control services. Owls do not only play a vital role in ecosystems as natural pest control species, they also help maintain a balance of the food chain and contribute to environmental and herbicides. So, next time you see an owl, always ask yourself. Frank Meke and Bumi Bade Adeniji at the studio.
Interesting to hear about the marginal environment.
Bumi, 2 weeks ago, this was like defending their existence. We begin to protect nature because God actually is perfect. I think God is perfect in creation, perfect in everything He has done. But man will always.
I actually love owls. I like them.
Some people think you say now witchcraft.
That's what God made them that way, and that's just how it is. Okay, all right, they're beautiful. Okay, we do not have the offerings that we have because we need to have enough time to engage our panel of discussants this morning. So I'm just going to take us straight to Movies on Radio by Julie Moss.
Hey movie lovers, welcome to Movies on Radio on mainland 98.3 FM. I am your girl, your cinema bestie, Julie, proudly sponsored by the National Film and Video Censors Board, promoting clean screens and bold Nigerian stories. But here's the twist. Nigeria won't be submitting a film strong contenders, but concluded that none were quite ready. Isn't a failure. It's a creative challenge. Our filmmakers are doing incredible work, but the call now is to push beyond passion into precision. And that means to compete internationally, we've got to put is still on the move. The Zuma International Festival Director Halima Oyedele says, and national pride. The Nigerian Film Corporation's Managing Director and that's powerful. This year's edition, Nigeria's Creative Voice, is truly going global. Africa's biggest cinematic party, the Africa International Film Festival, AFRIF, the AFRIF Film and Content Market, the first of its kind in Nigeria. African content. It's a total game changer for the continent's film economy. And speaking of celebrations, an update, and here it is. It's happening November 1st on Saturday, organized by the Cinema Exhibitors Association of Nigeria, the National Film and Video Center. Ticket prices to just 2,000 naira, a nationwide treat for film lovers. So grab your friends, head to the nearest cinema, and celebrate Nigerian storytelling at its best. Remember, every ticket you buy is a vote for our industry, a way to keep our culture alive and our filmmakers inspired. Blockbusters currently lining up in our action. Pensful, it was Kingdom Heridia. Then finally, so you see that there is, which is bold, any cinema.
And still get that degree. The National Graduate Diploma Certificate in Hotel.
On TikTok, we are live at mainland 98.3 FM. We are at Creative Niger TV, and Creative is CREAK. It's time to go straight to our time. So fasten. Can I welcome you for the Travel Industry Matters? In a nutshell, please. Yeah. Okay, I like that. Our panel this morning to say whether yes, it is worrisome that, contrary to global aviation,
of successive, we have series of challenges. Airlines charging in foreign currency in our country, and it's still going on. It's still happening, and they give you 1 or 2 conditions. You can make your money and repatriate your money. And see, it is a sin to spend foreign currency in their country.
Wow.
Even US dollars, nobody will even collect
even
it.
US dollars.
Yes, it is a sin. It's automated. It's just like an ATM machine. You put your dollar into it, $1,000 or what it's going to. They told us that it's a sin to spend dollar in their country.
Collected new citizens.
Exactly last year about one set. It is left for the government.
Yeah.
There should be a political will.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. But I'm
happy to be here.
We're happy for reforms and the continuous. I suspect that they are, no. So, but what do you make out?
Dramatic man. We know the air talking from you.
If I can
That's why we have we have bodies that are responsible. We have a CBN Act.
Yeah.
And you understand.
Okay, Chinelo government, because they have put the people and their anything. That's one, two.
There are a lot to celebrate, but we, Nigeria, with the federal government or the emphasis, they will make the laws, body language. People bid by enforcing it as government. If you are insisting that the way it is in other, ticket offices, our country. Now, if you want to forcing it, those agencies should be blamed. Now, let me go to Lord.
I tell you.
Because that was London Heathrow, or marketing strategies, right? A piece of pressure is that government is full, and maybe it will not be something one could put
them on their toes.
They push, not just the Nigeria, but government is determined to. This is special. Yeah. For the present
an indigenously owned airline. I mean,
you understand? You see, until we begin to, because the hot seat for the NANTA president actually will be a big relief. I will play by our rules, or they can ship out in the aviation industry. It's, yes, of those games you find it's international politics, okay? But we'll be able to do that. Come to Nigeria, it's a different ball game, and of course we worry. But again, until you can't take the guy on, because the truth, our next panelist.
I'm coming to you, Mr. President.
Your seat is hot.
Chinelo, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
That we don't take too many things at the stretch, and that's instructive. Secondly, President, as a Nigerian, I think it is a patriotic response that until you have a serious Nigerian carrier, whichever, right, on citizens, means that matter is by government.
Amazing.
Just by government. And, we must acknowledge government because this government approach, right? I said that the outlook for Modi, they've all appraised the fiscal reforms of government. True. And it is stable. Now, if you come back to Naira, the rates are closing. That is between official and parallel. Yeah? There is liquidity has ensured that. So we are at a time where we need to congratulate. We, the industry players, are the ones sector. Yeah, we are pleading. There is no need anymore to sell in dollars. Now, why am I emphatic about it? Because our approach is positive. Why is it a matter of concern for me if I say industry players should give life to government? So if government is making gains, at the macro level, how do we translate it to one of can sell 3 tickets? I will look at dollar sales from that socio-economic, from direct trade with these airlines. Them trade direct. When they trade direct with you, their transaction. It's a responsibility of government. That is where we are looking at it. It's just a.
Please, we're still pleading. I mean, everybody that needs to Africa. We're sorry. To the next, few minutes, can you just also help us? The outrageous.
This UK from Abuja is a work. The beauty of it is that now routes. And even going to the North American hen, that said, we also look backing to ensure that we are similar, achieve carrying that we're talking about. And it's every country wants to protect their own, every politics that we really protect the headline that they remain on that route and even widen the
morning on the show. We need to move now. It's okay.
Well, this go ahead.
Okay, politics, and there's a way the international, the airline business, that is sensitive market like UK. You have to have your acts right. So APIS has conditions. To the commendation of the authorities that so they are second out of 58. They were very happy to see them operate from Abuja to Heathrow. That's what I want to say. That's why they are successful.
Absolutely.
And we want more Nigerian airlines.
We also need to practically experience it. Nowadays, on-board service, very clear to run on the news. Then we come back. I want the president, when they talk about your 4 tickets in a day.
And I'm sure that he'll be ruminating. The United States government. Meanwhile, nation in Nigeria, Akpabio, the Maiduguri International Airport is off the radar of the Airlines airlift, though the air, a stadium built in the Saudi Arabia building. All things being equal, the construction of the Sky this morning, first the glass house, as the Football Federation address is for the improvement and preparation of Nigerian national teams. That's it on our news. This you just heard what Frank wants you to address. Navigate, looking at this.
Okay, so ADM 2 legs, yeah. So there are ADMs that can be to them, yeah, because in any operational system there must be fidelity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's a genuine infraction. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ADMs, in my own view, in my result of technology inefficiencies of airlines. I think those along with some others. Do you understand? When I say, if you don't want me, there's something on the 4th time, shut me out. You do it 3 times, it shuts you out. So it's as simple as that. So it's secondly, right?
Yeah.
You are distracting me.
Sorry, please
so,
go ahead.
we are putting this information forward to we have had it for a business.
How do they survive?
For a business, I do not speak for genuine infraction. Yeah, we believe that government will listen to us. Could happen, and I am aware.
Years ago, we've been in this business for a long time, and if you don't complain, they make it 20. Okay, I think.
Yes, he's.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
I've ample time. Last words from our panelists. This has been interesting, and we never.
London, I want to join my colleague generally what to say. Fighting Korea.
Indeed.
So coming on board has really helped.
Government of now to business development in Nigeria.
Wow. So.
Nigerian, yeah, very proudly Nigerian. Like I always say, the outlook for Nigeria is stable. Open us to us, yeah.
I like
so
that.
we congratulate to look at Airpeace as a
big safe station by supporting African Republic with Magic System from Goa.